Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? You already know who it is. It's me, Ted D. And this is the Ill Perspective Podcast. I'm here with my right hand guy, PJ. What's up?
What's good with you, dog?
And a long week. We took a week off, but we back in action. A lot happened though. First off, how you been? You good?
Yeah. Everything cool. Everything good. Always.
So, before we get started, I want to remind everybody to go to 10designs.com. That's where you get your latest apparel. Also, you can hit me up and I can get you some designs. So go to @TevDesigns or go to TevDesigns.com and you can see some of our merch. We got PJ. PJ got some stuff over there. We got Elise, EP. She got some stuff on there. Rejected Weirdos. Of course, Tev Designs is on there. So make sure y'all go to TevDesigns.com and see the merch. But first thing we got on the list, we gotta acknowledge and shout out and give our condolences to the family. Apparently, Chadwick Boseman, he was going through cancer since 2016, and he passed away on the 28th. And it seemed like ain't nobody knew, even people that he was working with, and he did so much during that time. Like, pretty much most of his like higher films were made in that time through 2016 to now. That's 4 years, and that's when he was diagnosed. Um, I don't know how did that make you feel?
I don't know. It's inspiring, man, to know somebody was going that hard when they was facing that type of battle. So it's like you see somebody that's able to do that, able to fight through all those doubts and worries and all the stuff you can possibly be stressing about, and just the type of thoughts you could be having at a time like that. So to see him go that hard and still live life to the fullest, to the best of his ability, still get work done, still create a form of art in the way that he did. He's very talented. A lot of his movies I've definitely watched, if not all of them.
Right.
So just to know that he, still had that same mindset, still was working hard in that time, definitely was inspired when I found out that. I did see a picture of him when he didn't look too well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I didn't know what was going on, but I did see a picture where he did kind of look kind of sick to me. So I'm not surprised to hear that he had colon cancer or some type of form of cancer.
Right. Yeah. Like some of the movies he was in was 42, Get Up, James Brown movie, Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah.
And his most prominent role, the Black Panther. And that one right there, that one hit me, when I heard about his passing. Because of that movie, I think it hit me the most because of that movie. It's because, you know me, I'm a comic book guy. A lot of my art is inspired by that basis of, comic book characters and trying to mimic those characters that I like. And Black Panther was definitely one of those characters. I think in the end game, it was the scene where basically Captain America, and it was just that final scene. Captain America thought he was gone. He thought Thanos had him,
Yeah.
And next thing you know, first person that popped out the screen, Black Panther, popped out the circle, And I think that chill right. I mean that scene right there sent chills. Like I was in the theater by myself. That was one of them ones. It was like on a random Thursday, like like the show that too. Like I'm like I gotta see this, and it's that character that kind of like it gave a lot of us hope. Like especially a lot of these roles, like Jackie Robinson, uh, James Brown. These roles gave our people specifically hope.
Yeah, a lot of his roles were for the culture.
Yeah,
He was supporting the culture and real huge in Black history. So yeah, man, he was a great one. Another great one that gone too soon. I feel like real young. He wasn't that old to me, so I don't know, man. It's just another life lesson, man. Just another reason to keep doing what you've been doing. Another reason to be inspired by a great artist. Um, yeah, and definitely condolences out to his family.
yep, yeah. Condolences. Another person we lost was John Thompson Jr., coach of the Hoyas. That was what he was most known for. He coached people like AI, Patrick Ewing, the Kende Mutombo was his most famous athletes that went to the NBA. Uh, Once again, condolences to him and his family. You want to say something about?
Yeah, that's another tough one, man. I grew up watching college basketball, man. So my dad being a North Carolina fan, watching those Carolina Tar Heels go up against Georgetown, and just watching Georgetown and Big East tournaments and stuff like that. He was pretty much one of the main reasons why Georgetown is really like a good school for athletes to go to.
Right.
Along the lines with a lot of those athletes that you just named, with Lonzo Mourning,
Yeah,
and just people who just end up being great basketball players. He was the coach. He was the coach that kind of like sparked the flame for Georgetown. So that's a big loss for the basketball community. That's kind of up there with Kobe and Glenn Robinson.
yeah.
Cliff Robinson, my bad. Cliff Robinson, like the other athletes that we lost this year. He was a big deal. John Thompson was a big deal for Georgetown. So definitely condolences out to his family as well.
Yeah, he pretty much turned nothing into something with the with Georgetown, like, and yeah, it's just been a crazy year,
Yeah,
loss after loss, but we just it's about how you look at it, like it's tough thing. It's a tough thing to lose people, but you you you're glad at what they was able to accomplish while they was here. Like from the Kobe's to the Chadwicks to the John Thompsons, and these was all people that were influential in the culture. Like so, it's always it's always tough to lose somebody, but you're glad that they were able to do what they did with the time that they was here.
facts. They all left legacy, so you know they all left us something to remember them in some type of shape or form. For sure.
Right. Um, I want to change the topic. You know, we're gonna we're gonna go to music. It was a very important versus battle that happened this weekend. It was uh entertaining, but it was Brandy versus Monica. You finally caught one.
Yeah, I caught one live. Yeah, I caught one live. Yeah, it's my first one actually getting to really see the start and beginning and the end of it. It was entertaining. It was kind of what I expected. A lot of good songs, a lot of good music, a lot of you know, I don't know how you would call it. I guess like feeling type songs, or
Right.
like or like vintage R&B.
Yep.
That's pretty much the height of their career, but that's what they made their most living off of in that lane. So I pretty much enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. I guess you can say I would say Monica won if you had to pick a winner. I think she has more music, more hits, but I think Brandy is a better vocalist. I think she's a better singer. So
Yeah.
that's my I don't know. That's how I would count that versus.
Um, I probably would say the same thing. I probably would say I think Monica took it only because I know more Monica songs than Brandy.
Yeah,
A lot of people that know both, I've been seeing a lot of people pick Brandy, but I think personally I would have said Monica. But as far as performance wise, I would give it to Brandy because she was more energetic. To me, she was more into the battle itself. Um, I see a lot of people saying Monica was a little shady. I don't think I necessarily take it like that. I think it was just a difference of personalities. You know, Monica being from Atlanta, having that rough background.
that's Southern
Yeah, it's different than Brandy coming from Moesha, Cinderella.
Hollywood.
Like,
Hollywood.
yeah, the Hollywood. So I think it was just a difference of styles. And I know they had their little differences throughout their careers or whatever, but even them addressing that was like a good thing. But I think the differences of style would make it seem like Monica was standoffish or didn't want to really interact. But I think they both did good. You know, good performances. Of course, great songs because that's what they do. So
Yeah, I think that part was just personality based. Some people just do things a certain way. So I really try not to look in too much into that. I just trying to focus strictly on the music. You get what I'm saying, and just the talent. I wasn't trying to get into the pettiness of it, but I definitely think Monica has more hits. I think her music career will be. You could say her music career has been better than Brandy's, but Brandy's also an actress, so she's kind of like part time in it. So the
right,
fact she's even in the conversation with her lets you know that she went as hard as Monica went. She has the potential to have, if not the same, if not better, at least the same amount of success in the music business as Monica. I don't think Monica's better because she's more talented. I think Monica's better because music is her main thing, and Brandy is music, acting, and doing other stuff. So
yeah. I mean, I can see you saying that. As far as music careers, probably so because I think, and she kind of mentioned it in the battle. Brandy had a lot of label issues. Like she couldn't even put music out for a long time. Even the fact that she couldn't sing the Moesha theme song during the battle was crazy to me. Like,
yeah, she probably don't own the rights to
yeah,
it. Yeah,
so she like, I can't even do it. It was like a little snippet, and that was it. Like, that they put at the beginning of one of the songs. But I would have liked, for them to sing that. That was like the one song that Monica kind of wanted to sing with her. Like,
facts. I mean, cause that's a I don't know.
cultural,
Yeah,
like,
that's a monumental moment. So
yeah,
that's you can say like Fresh Prince and the other little shows that's important. It may not hold as much weight, but it's just as
yeah, it's
important.
up there.
It's just as important.
That's a topic in and of itself.
Yeah,
Like the intros, the
we might have
shows,
to
who got
say,
the best.
yeah, we might have to say that.
I would
That's a
low
nice
key. I put some. Hey, the best song intros, man. That's a whole nother topic right there,
Facts.
man. Of course, you got. I think number one would definitely be Fresh Prince. Like, I don't see. I mean, you can go to anybody and just say, in West Philadelphia, born and raised, and
Yeah.
they gonna know how
Will
to
Smith,
finish what
yeah.
you saying, how to finish it.
And Will Smith within himself, he probably like one of the biggest artists to ever come up out of a
Right.
TV sitcom. So he
Right.
his whatever he do is gonna be the heaviest. It's gonna be gonna get the most reaction. So
Man, what other intros though? You got me thinking now. We got Brandy. We got.
is I mean, you got Different World. You got
Oh yeah.
Living Color. You
Oh
got,
yeah, Living Color.
You know, like intros that are dope. Living Single.
Living Single. Yeah.
Both of them.
Living Single, my jam. I ain't gonna lie. I can play that.
Yeah.
I'll play that right now to start dancing.
And the songs is live. Like the songs is dope tracks.
They put a lot of. You could tell that era they put a lot into they intro.
Yeah, it was important
because you was competing, like you competing with Martin and all of these things. Like, and Martin wasn't even. It was more of a beat. It was more like just an instrumental for real. And him saying his name over, but even that,
it's still
like
a song. It's still an intro.
It's classic right there.
Facts. That's a good one.
Man, what other intros? Like, I even go to like cartoons and stuff. Like when you talk about intros, like I would put Pokemon top 15 intros of all time.
We probably got to do that or something, like rank the top intro shows of our era of growing up. That'll be live,
bro. It's because that's important. Like the intro, I would say the intro to a show and the intro to an album is kind of like the most important thing you could do when it comes to like building a project or something like that.
Yeah.
So
music hold a lot of weight. Yeah,
you got to. But like even more music that came out basically was I think one of the best albums this year to me. One of is I'm going over and it's just off the top of my head. I'm going over some of these albums, and I think Nas dropped one of the best albums this year. And more than halfway through, King's Disease is what
I've been rocking to it.
Yeah,
I've been rocking to it. Yeah, I've been listening. I was on it the first day it dropped. So Nas one of the people who really got me into listening to rap when I was a kid. He was one of the few people that I was able to listen to. My mom didn't let me listen to rap music, so I got lucky. Yeah, a family member liked him, so they used to play him a lot. And hopped in the car one time, heard some Nas. Yeah, so I pretty much been a fan ever since. That was like second and third grade. And of course, I've been a fan of the movies. Like the movies he make, just everything pretty much Nas do. So
Nas a legend.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I don't
know.
There
ain't even no question about it. Anybody, Jay-Z, people be forgetting.
People forget how Nas had a whole era, really. Like before it was Tupac, it was Nas.
People forget that Nas been in every era.
Yeah, till today, and he just dropped, like I said, one of the best albums in this year.
Like 30 plus years, something like that. He been in the rap game, and it's all been good music. Like he got one of the best catalogs. His catalog is just as nice as Jay-Z's. If you want to give it like a standard.
Come on,
hey.
I can't go all the way Jay-Z because you already know how I put Jay-Z up there.
You from New York,
but
man.
he right.
You from.
They both from New York.
No, you from New York. You from Brooklyn. You from Queens. Cause you capital.
Nah.
You from Brooklyn. You from Brooklyn? It's cool, man. You can be from Brooklyn.
Nah, I ain't from Brooklyn, but he's a legend in the rap game. Yeah. You can't get it twisted. You can't, like, there's no debating it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He up there. I think his last album that he produced with Kanye, for me it wasn't at the top. It was kind of like a drawback. Like I ain't really like it. I think I like one of the songs on there. The cop shot the kid. I ain't really like it, but I think he came back with this album.
That's cool.
With the what?
I thought the album was nice. It was only 7 songs, so it wasn't like he made a long album. That's probably was the shortest album he ever made. So a little bit, so a little bit of that involved. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. I didn't like the fact it was only 7 songs.
I ain't really like most of the songs. I can't really. It ain't have a lot of replay value to me. Like I'm not replaying none of the songs on there. I think I put "Cop Shot the Kid" on my playlist, and that one even is like. It seemed like they kind of rushed it. Like, I feel like that album was rushed.
It could have been.
Yeah. But I feel like with this album that he did with Hit Boy, who was a amazing producer, becoming a legend himself. He did a lot of work with Beyonce and Drake and some of the hits.
Yeah.
Like you go through them credits, you will see Hit Boy on there, and he did this whole album with Hit Boy, and they feel like they took their time with it. It's a lot of they can't they it felt like they had they vision and they executed it well. Like King Disease, even going to the meaning of how a person can just have so much and just be doing too much,
Yeah.
like with the stuff that they have, and he kind of he broke it down. Like I even like the features, like some of the people you wouldn't even think that would be in the that would feature on the Nas project featured and did good. Like Lil Durk, Don Toliver, Big Sean, and these was like features I wouldn't necessarily expect, but they came out and they did their thing on the album. I even like the song with the Anderson Paak, All Bad. Like I got that on replay. So
It's a smash.
yeah, that's
You
one of
smashed
the
this one.
that's one of the albums that I feel like is one of the best throughout the year. I can't wait to see who else coming out. I know I want to say my boy Cole dropping.
I want to say
End of the
he ain't
year.
call you. He ain't let you know.
He posed to, but
He said, "I want to say."
Nah, he supposed to come out later in this year. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I want to say I would think Kendrick due. I would think Drake should be due. Maybe the end of this year, early next year, we'll see something from them. You know, some of the heavy hitters. But
You like the laugh and cry? Drake sent the nice one. I know
yeah. That's a hit. I want to go out and see what that do. But I definitely come on now. Once again, Lil Durk, he's stepping in another level or another tier. Like getting these features, it is tough to get a Nas feature. It's tough to get. Well, it ain't tough. But if Drake don't come to you, then it's hard to get a Drake feature as well. But Nas ain't an easy person to get a feature from.
I think Dirk been nice. Dirk been nice for a while now, and
Yeah,
now
he
he's
been
kind of
nice,
starting to get the love
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He on top right now. He got some nice features. He pretty much working with everybody. I done seen him on everybody album at least once. So
Yeah. Some of the other music, Young Dolph, he came out with Rich Slaves,
I like Young Dog.
Banger. You
I like that one.
That's something to drive through.
I was listening to it.
Head Nine, you know what I mean?
I was
So,
listening to it.
yeah.
He got some nice hits on there.
What else was on there? Oh, what else came out? The Locks. That came out.
That's the one I gotta get to. That's the one I gotta sit still for a minute.
Yeah, I heard it. I want to say I gave it like 2 or 3 listens. And it sound good. You know, classic hip hop. Like that's what they do. I get, like I said, I'm gonna listen to it some more to get more into it. But that's another album. Tony Braxton, I ain't get to that one yet, but she dropped, so I shout her out. Jaden Smith, he dropped. So
Jaden nice.
he is.
I like Jaden music. Low
Yeah.
key.
Yeah, he got a different
He
style. He got his
surprising me.
own. Yeah, he got his own style.
Yeah.
He can rap. I mean, yeah, like you say, he is.
He can make music.
Yeah,
Make music.
yeah, he's good. So, what's that called? Cool Tape Volume 3. That's what he is called. Tony Braxton called Spell My Name. I ain't get to that. I'm gonna definitely get to it when I can.
There's a lot of music. Everybody got time now.
Yeah, I don't know if you listen to like reggae.
No, I'm not really into it to where I know somebody who said their name.
Well, yeah, Skip Marley is a person that, of course, is Bob Marley's grandson, I believe. He one of them ones that I've been looking at. If you ever get into that type of field, check him out. He came out with I want to say it's 7 songs.
That'd be like a vibe, some vibe shit on it.
Yeah, Yeah, 7 songs, hard place. Um, there was another reggae joint that came out about what's his name? Man, yeah, trying to search for it. Oh man, I was just listening to it too. I can't think of it. But yeah, it was a lot of music, like I said. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna be on the lookout for Big Sean. I think he coming out this week. There's just a lot of music coming out. Other topics. Before we go into sports, of course, we got to mention Jacob Blake. Um, Another unarmed black man shot 7 times in the back. Luckily, he was able to survive, but it cost him his legs, his bottom half. Like he paralyzed now. So, um, I know you saw this. What you feel about, or how I got you feeling?
I don't know, man. Watching the video, it was crazy just watching it because you really gotta see like the real thing happen. You really can tell like okay, they don't give a fuck no more. Like they never have for real.
Man,
So it's crazy to even witness it because you know it's real. It's been real for some time, but to actually watch it on film it does something to you, man. It definitely alters the way you think and where you look at being in that type of position with a police officer. I'm a vivid believer of not doing too much and reacting a certain way to not that they need a reason, but obviously
man.
they don't know how to find solutions other than shooting people when
If
you're
you
not
black,
doing something that
if you
they want you
black,
to
they
do.
don't have a solution.
Of course, that's what I mean. Obviously, we know they're not treating everybody like that.
Right.
We know who the people who get shot and get treated in that way. So that's what I'm referring to when I say it. So I try not to I'll try not to allow it to what you do. You didn't kill the camera. Kill Cam.
What you saying?
Nah, I try not to allow it to get me to be too upset, but I do feel it. Like I do feel the emotion of police officers not thoroughly figuring out a solution of what's the best way to handle those type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
And resolving to shooting somebody, especially in the back, especially 7 times that close range with his kids in the car, it's just like at some point in time you got to start holding people accountable for stuff like that, or it's not going to stop. It's not even going to begin to end or slow down. At some point in time, you got to make an arrest. You gotta get an indictment. You gotta file charges. You gotta prosecute.
Yeah.
And it's only right that it happens to get police officers to think different in the future on why we shouldn't keep doing this. So then we got to keep bringing up people names. People having to keep turning to hashtags and getting put on T-shirts and on gym shoes and all that. It's just I don't know, man. It's awkward. It's awkward to actually visually see police officers treating another human being that way. So I don't know, man. I get frustrated with it, but to me, it's like okay, that's just another one.
Right. Um, like you said, anxiety. You know, it's they still don't get a lot of people. I'm not gonna say they. A lot of people starting to understand and starting to see. Um, and what I mean by people is white people. It seemed like they starting to see,
Yeah,
but
see it for themselves.
yeah, but it's still so many people that don't understand, and instead of listening, they trying to defend. And it when this happened, it was like you can see the white privilege literally the next day or whatever, 2 days ago, when the young 17-year-old went out and shot two protesters and killed them, and he was able to go home. And that right there should tell you that it's something messed up with the system. And it's basically like this, man. The difference between a rat and a squirrel, you know what the difference is? It's marketing.
Right.
A squirrel got a fuzzy tail, and because of that, he can go around, he can hop around the street. We don't pay him no mind. He able to live inside of a tree, He able to go in the park, and people don't run from him. Ain't no different from a rat. A rat just don't look good to us. A rat just ain't fuzzy. And that's what they see us as. They see us like when every time you turn on the news, it's nothing good about us. And if you're a cop, you going outside with that idea that it's nothing good about them. They out to attack us. They robbers. They don't mean nothing. And that's the difference. And it gets frustrating because we know it's not true. We ain't trying to live in sewers. That's where they put us.
Right.
We want to come home to our kids just like they do. But when you look at, a certain way, then you don't get the benefit of the doubt when you walking around.
Yeah, for real.
And, even from a 17-year-old illegally holding a gun, you don't even get the benefit of the doubt. So, I mean, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to walk around with this on your mind as a black man and women now too. Shout out to Breonna Taylor. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. But yeah, we can't catch a break. And we're gonna have to keep moving. We're gonna have to keep fighting. We're gonna have to get some laws passed. And most importantly, we're gonna have to go out and vote. A lot of people they lose faith in the system, but for me, I would say what I would say to those people is they try so hard to keep you from voting because it really matters. So I would tell people to go out and vote because we gotta make changes through the system because it's a systematic oppression that we facing. So we gotta make changes through the system, even if the cop wasn't quote unquote racist. He's a cop in a system that allows him to shoot a black man and get away with it. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I agree with all that, man. I definitely, and I think the thing about the system is I don't think it's really messed up. I just think it's separate. It's like two separate systems. They try to act like it's one, but it's clearly two separate ways of handling different types of people, different types of it's Caucasians get treated a certain way, and then everybody else gets treated another way, and then you got the African Americans that really get killed.
All right,
that's not even getting treated away half the time. You either getting killed or you getting the most time put on your sentences when you get charged with something. You rarely see a case to where somebody's getting over or somebody is beating the system or they're getting a second chance or they're getting the benefit of the doubt. You rarely see those cases. It's either charge them, they get shot, they get injured, harmed in some type of way, choked to death, knees put on their neck, and then it's nothing that happens after that. It's just a conversation. It's just protesting, or it's just nothing. Not even an apology. We ain't never even seen an officer get on a podium. They should at least have to get on the podium and apologize for
when they get
taking a human's life when it's not the correct solution. Like they should be apologizing for. I mean, we could think of all the names. I mean, the list is forever long.
America ain't apologize for slavery. They
Facts.
definitely ain't gonna require a cop to apologize to
At
for
the
killing
at the
somebody.
minimum, that's what you should do, at least to the family. Even though the apology really ain't shit, it's still
Man,
the thought that kind of counts. But y'all don't even,
acknowledgement.
yeah, y'all don't even do that. Y'all don't even acknowledge. So y'all don't acknowledge. Y'all don't hold each other accountable. How can you possibly say that we're living in the same system or we're getting the same treatment by the system that's supposed to be created? It's clearly two separate systems, and at some point in time, it has to change. Or I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be the last situation that's gonna end it, but hopefully we get in there. I don't think we there though. I don't
No,
think we
we
close.
got a long way to go. Meek Mill said it was two Americas. And I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Facts.
With those days, those passing, those days that passed that showed you the difference between uh, illegal gunman and Jacob Blake. Condolences to him and his family as well. But because of this, the NBA um, abruptly ended. They had a boycott. Milwaukee Bucks just didn't come out for their game against the Orlando Magic. Did you see that?
Absolutely. I think the whole world saw it.
Man, they
Even if you
couldn't
don't
miss
like
it.
the NBA, you pretty much saw because a lot of teams in different sports did it as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just was one of those things to where it paused things for a second and gave a big light,
Mm-hmm.
even though we just went through this like a month and a half, almost 2 months ago, with all the other cases of police officers doing things or killing people in a way that they shouldn't be doing. So at that time, I think the NBA players was fed up and they actually wanted to make some noise, which was cool. That was pretty dope to see. So
Yeah.
that was a great thing by them and the other athletes and the other leagues and the other professional sports as well.
Yeah, I like the fact that people in power, like people with attention, they ain't letting us get comfortable. Like, because I think that was the fear of coming in the bubble for a lot of the players that is that we will forget some of the stuff that's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? We will forget that we still got a lot of work to do. And so the Milwaukee Bucks, they shut it down. I think initially they was having meetings, for the LeBron and CP3
Yeah,
and the other team
they was
they was
meeting with
meeting
MJ
it.
too.
Yeah, they went. Well, I think initially they was gonna have a meeting to do it all together, but I think because it hit Milwaukee, because hit Milwaukee a little harder because it happened in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
So
in a city.
they shut it down and we lost a couple of games. We lost a couple of days of games. Yeah,
Tongue twisted, yeah.
I got it out. It was a little stuck, but I got it out. But yeah, we lost a couple of days of games, and yeah, they like you said they was having meetings. Jordan hopped in on the meetings. The owners of the teams that was in the bubble was in the meetings, and I guess they came into some type of conclusion. Um, I'm pretty sure the CBA won't allow them to sit out for too long,
Yeah.
and they got to figure those things out. But they decided to play, and we back to basketball. Um, a lot of stuff since they came back happened.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff. A
Yeah, a
lot of
lot of good
competitiveness.
games. Yeah, the Jazz and the Nuggets was going back and forth.
Facts.
Donovan Mitchell and Murray,
Jamal.
Jamal Murray, they was having 50, 40 point games every game. Like,
It was a shootout for a lot of those games. I think 4 out of the 7 games were shootouts. One was a blowout. The other two was like, or it was 3 like last second shots, overtime opportunities. So it was a battle. It was pretty much what you ideally envision of a good matchup or a good playoff series where it wasn't lopsided on either side.
Yeah, I mean these games been crazy. Even the series, the round 1 series, the Clippers versus Luka Doncic and the Mavericks.
Yep.
That was a crazy series. But I pretty much knew after Porzingis went down that, the Clippers was But Doncic showed he ready for the playoffs. First year in the playoffs, and he showed he was ready.
Yeah, so, Doncic's nice. I like Luka. Luka got game for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically was carrying his team, and he showed that he ready for the playoffs. The most surprising team to me maybe is probably the Thunder. They giving the Rockets a little bit of trouble.
They giving them everything they can handle. They in Game 7.
Yeah, that's happening today as we record. We're gonna see who come out on top, but it would be because I wouldn't have never thought that the Thunder in the beginning of the season would have been able to almost make it to the playoffs.
See,
but the Rocket, but them taking it to the Rockets to a Game 7 is CP3 putting them on his back.
Well, not really. We just fall in love with superstars. We fall in love with the teams with the superstars. But OKC doesn't really have a superstar, but they play good team basketball, and that's really all it takes to win games.
Superstars win championships, so
yeah, they do. You need a superstar to win a championship. Yeah. You do, but you don't need a bunch of them. You don't need like a whole team of them. You don't need 2-3 of them. You really don't. You just need pieces that fit well together and play good basketball. But you need somebody to close the game or somebody to hold accountable for certain situations. So that's what the superstars come in at. But OKC played good team offense and defense. So that's really all you need to win games, like on any level. Houston not having a center makes it difficult to guard them because they all on the perimeter. But if they miss a lot of shots, then it's you in the game. Mm-hmm. So it's all about how you finish the game and closing out the game. And OKC has been known over the season to be good at it. And they figured it out. And Houston struggled with it. They have a lot of turnovers. They have a lot of bad shots. So it gets hard for them to close out close games sometimes, even when they have a nice little cushion lead, because they don't take a lot of 2-pointers. So OKC capitalize on those opportunities. And when you don't have superstars, you got to get buckets or get shots however where you need to. You can't just depend on 1 or 2 players to do, all the scoring in certain situations. So OKC taking advantage of team ball and it's working. So I don't know who you got. Who you think gonna win?
Tonight.
Yeah, you got to tell the future a little bit.
Man, that's a tough one. I want to say the Rockets. But I'm not gonna be surprised because how the Thunder been playing is, the Rockets, James Harden, Russell Westbrook was rusty the first 2 games. Hopefully he can, get his rhythm back, and they should be able to pull it through.
My head is saying Houston, but my heart saying OKC.
Because you
my guy,
Chris Paul,
that's my guy. We go way back. So I want to see
you
him
on the State Farm commercial. You probably was in the back with the mic on the State Farm set.
Facts. Let's be. I be wearing the khakis in the State Farm shirt, looking like a J. For sure, man. That's my guy. So I want him to be successful all the time. But in reality, I feel like Houston gonna win. Yeah. I feel like there's just a lot of firepower to match, and you have to have an epic. Somebody's gonna have to fumble it. Like somebody's gonna have to really fuck it up.
Westbrook did, and
what could possibly really could happen. So I wouldn't be surprised because when I saw the roster line up in the beginning of the season, I felt like they could make the playoffs. Did I think they was gonna be this high? No. Did I think that they would be in the Game 7 against Houston? I didn't, but I'm not surprised when they traded their center. I'm like, okay, if they match up with OKC got a chance. So
Yeah.
that they've done what I asked for. They've done anything that I can possibly imagine they can do, which is go Game 7 with Houston, which is
So
cool to me.
if the Rockets make it, they playing the Lakers, right?
Yeah, OKC, whichever one. Yeah,
I know, but if the Rockets win, what you think they'll do against the Lakers?
I don't know. It's tricky, man, because they don't have a center. So them not having a center makes it hard to guard because they got all your players chasing them around the perimeter. Like you chasing on the 3-point line. Then you gotta go pick and roll with Harden. So now you gotta respect the corners because that's what they do. They put the shooters in the corners and then they put another shooter on the opposite side and they run a pick and roll. Then you got Westbrook out there. So it's a lot to account for. And the big men usually get in the most trouble because they're not used to going out there to the 3-point line and actually playing defense. So they can win a couple games.
They gotta have 4 excellent shooting games. I don't think,
and that's possible. And it's possible to do. They can shoot your lights out.
Yeah, they have to shoot. They have to shoot because
they live and die with
hard.
it.
Yeah, they do that, and it's hard for them. Even though like Harden are pretty much the only one that can get to the Harden and Westbrook.
Yeah,
they can get to the rim.
Rivers can get to the rim. Eric Gordon can get to the rim. It's a lot of them that can get to the rim.
When you going up against AD, JaVale McGee, the white hair is gonna be. They're gonna make it tough for him. So, and then you got LeBron facilitating. I don't see him winning. I would say if they make it, it would be Lakers in 6. If the Thunder make it, they might get maybe 1. So I'll say 5.
Yeah,
Lakers in 5.
Houston got Tyson Chandler. I don't know if they would use him against the Lakers. I think you would kind of have to. But if they don't, they still would make the games. I think the games is closer than what people think. They wouldn't just run through Houston because Houston is going by 3. They're going by 3-pointers.
Player ever, like one of the best ever.
Yeah, the hardest to guard, and they go by 3-pointers, so they never out of the game, and then it's tough to guard them because you give up a couple easy buckets because you always chasing out to the 3-point line, so they gonna get wide open shots. It's all about can they hit them.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for these playoffs, man. Is the East looking crazy right now? You know, Bucks down 1.
Yeah, I called that one. I like
Miami up. Yeah, and what's the other team? Oh,
Boston and Toronto.
Boston up 2. Yeah, so the
Raptors.
The Raptors down 2. So it's looking crazy right now. I like the games. The bubble is just what I expected and probably even more. Yeah, man, it's the NBA here. So
facts. It's been nothing short of what I expected for real, man. I really have been. I've been happy watching a lot of these games. A lot of the games been good. It's rarely been blowouts, and
all right,
it's just competitive basketball. So I can't really complain. Waiting on football season though.
All right. Before we get out of here though, man, because I think we hit every topic we had. Before we get out of here, I just want to tell everybody to keep your heads up. It's tough out here, but we can make it through. 2020 been tough, but I think it's gonna be some sun on the horizon. I think we're gonna make it through, and there's gonna be some good things happening for us. So just get through it. All right, pray, stay up, and
meditate.
Stay positive. Yeah, for sure.
Stimulate.
Yes, sir. Before we get out of here, I want to remind y'all, go to totallyexclusivevisualdesigns.com, or TEV Designs for short. TEVdesigns.com. We got all the merch you need. I know y'all see it.
Yeah, that was nice, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And you got the shorts. So you blasting off on the shorts and the shade.
Yeah, the shorts, the shirt. A lot of these paintings on TEVdesigns.com. I need y'all to go there. We want y'all to go there. Y'all want to go there. Y'all just don't know it, Chad, until you get there. TevDesigns.com, where you can get all the merch from PJD, Rejected Weirdos. We got some new stuff coming. Podcast merch gonna be on there. We're gonna have a link to the podcast, a link to get whatever graphic designs you need. Go to TevDesigns.com. And that's it. Y'all already know. Yes, sir. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all are listening to the illest podcast in the world right now. It's the Ill Perspective Podcast. Peace.